Let's talk about this growing effort to normalize mental health conversations for men and boys, as they may struggle a little bit more than maybe women to talk about their feelings. Dr. Holly McKenna with Dara Wellness joins us now to talk about why. Why do men tend to have a harder time talking about their feelings or their problems?
Well, I think a lot of it is cultural. I grew up with The Cure and Boys Don't Cry as a song. I mean, that's kind of what they're taught is, shake it off, be tough. But feelings don't just disappear. They do kind of internalize and they come out in different ways. And oftentimes when we try to compartmentalize, it still seeps out of the box into things like anger, aggression, irritability. So really we do have to address it. It's just a matter of how it comes out.
Sure. So if you want to not be angry or have your feelings kind of seeping out, if you want to have more control over them, how can we help men and boys do that, especially the moms out there? How can we start raising our young boys to not be that way?
Right. I think it's important to help them talk through those feelings. I have a 9-year-old boy, so I've dealt with this myself and seen him have those kind of anger spells. Really kind of meeting them at their level and kind of noting like, hey, it looks like you're having a hard time.
Sure.
What's going on? Like, what's happening? How are things at school? How are things at work? If it's your spouse or an older gentleman. And kind of seeing what's happening in their life and helping them identify where that emotion is coming from. Because oftentimes anger is a secondary emotion to hurt, sadness, depression, anxiety.
It feels like these are some of the suggestions that you would give to us talking to our daughters as well.
Absolutely.
Is the idea just don't treat the men differently than you treat the women?
Absolutely. I think a lot of it is we tend to stereotype gender roles and create situations where it makes it harder for us to communicate whatever gender the person is. And so I think as parents and grown-ups, modeling how we ourselves identify our emotions and how we deal with them is one way to start. So when we have a mommy meltdown or a daddy meltdown, identifying that, hey, sorry that just happened, mommy's super anxious because of X, Y, and Z.
Sure.
And do you mind if we take a moment? I'm going to take a few breaths. Do you want to maybe take a few breaths with me? And just showing how we handle those feelings and how we kind of move through them is one step that we can take with our boys and our girls.
Yeah, being a bit vulnerable with them, showing them you're not perfect and inviting them to kind of practice those same skills.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost perfect.
Yeah, we're very, very close. Okay, so in an effort to help with these inhaling, exhaling, these deep breaths, you and your daughter Maeve wrote a book.
We did.
Dedicated to your son, Jack.
Yes.
And it's another great tool to just add to your toolbox if you are trying to talk more about feelings with your sons or daughters.
Yeah, we wrote a book, Inhale, Exhale, Shoot. It uses basketball to teach kids about doing those belly breaths and identifying the feelings and kind of moving through those feelings. Mm-hmm. One of the main reasons we wrote it is to have it serve as a tool. I work a lot with anxious parents, and I've learned that when they have tools that they can use with their children, they can't help but use them themselves. So using that type of tool, there's different types of children's apps or YouTube videos that you can use as well.
Sure.
That kind of teach belly breathing, teach identifying emotions. These are things that we can use as grown-ups with our kids, and we can all benefit.
Absolutely. If you're looking for Dr. Holly or Maeve, the authors of that book, you can find them out at Oak Street Po' Fest. If you're looking for more information on how to talk to men and boys about feelings, you can find them out at the Kids Zone at Oak Street Po' Fest.
Yeah, we'll be at the Kids Tent 1 to 3 on Sunday. I know you have more folks coming to talk about Po' Fest. I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting.
I know. I can't wait to eat. Thank you so much, Holly. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right.